enemy units. The morale balance is pushed as our enemy deploys their troops. In addition, both armies' morale will also decrease when it turns to the next day. This gauge represents the time of day. When the gauge is depleted, it means one day has passed. Due to long warfare exhaustion, both armies' morale will decrease. Army with lower morale will suffer more decrease when the day passes. Thus, ending the day with more total morale would be a good strategy. The enemy has sent a troop of shield soldiers. Let's fight back with a troop of spear soldiers. Each troop has an advantage and disadvantage over other troops. Long-range troops have advantage against medium-range troops. Long-range troops cannot attack if the enemy gets too close. Therefore, short-range troops have the advantage when they are close. Once we destroy an enemy troop, their total morale will decrease, as well as the morale of the other enemy troops in the battlefield. The most effective way to greatly reduce the total morale of the enemy army is to break down their gates and walls. Let's break down the enemy's east wall by using a siege weapon. Siege weapons require soldiers to push. If the number of units drops below the requirement, the siege weapon stops. Stopped siege weapon can be identified by an icon. Let's send another troop to replenish the number of units. The soldiers intended to replenish the siege weapon must be behind the siege weapon. Many melee units can move siege weapons. You can check the unit information later to see which units can move siege weapons. Enemy troops have appeared on the west. You can send another troop in front of them, but for now, let's try to draw them out by sending out a It seems they have increased their movement speed with spells. However, there's tank troops can taunt enemy troops and change their line of attack. We have succeeded in destroying the enemy's east wall. This has greatly reduced the enemy's total morale and increased ours. Generally, you win by depleting the enemy's total morale. However, you can also win instantly if you can defeat the enemy's commander. To do so, you can climb the castle wall and defeat them directly, or destroy their central wall. This time, let's climb their walls and defeat them directly. The east wall has been destroyed, so we should send troops to the west and attack. Let's use a spell card to weaken their castle guards too. There are many kinds of spells, each with their own unique effects, so try them all if you can. From now on, please lead us and send troops wherever you want. have defeated the enemy's commander. This is a big victory for our army. You may obtain troops by recruiting them here. How about you try selecting a recruitment slot? Some materials and silver coins are required to recruit a troop. The amount depends on the recruitment type. There are 4 types of recruitment: lower grade, medium grade, high grade, and special grade. The required materials, the time needed, number of troops, and the probability of what kind of troop are all different. Please try them all. You may tap here to check the details of the recruitment. Please take a look later. You may also change the recruitment type by tapping the Re-roll button. The first 2 times are free, but after that it will cost an increasing amount of gold. The cost will reset once you have conducted a recruitment. Well then, I suggest we try to conduct a recruitment. The time needed to complete the recruitment process is shown here. Let's try recruiting some units. Tap the Recruit button. The recruitment can be completed at once through a gold payment. I have prepared some gold for us to try completing it right away. Shall we try leveling up the troops that we have just obtained? Tap Command from the menu below. You may organize decks of army and upgrade troop cards here. You may have up to 5 decks for now. The last selected deck will be used for battle. Each deck consists of a commander, spell cards, and troop cards. Only 6 spell cards are allowed to be used in battle, while troop cards have a minimum of 24 cards. There is no upper limit, so long as we can provide the cost of all the cards we want to use. Only a certain maximum amount of spell cards are allowed to be used in battle, whereas troop cards have a minimum amount. You may organize the troop cards as many times as you. 1 commander card must be organized to battle. The number of same cards that can be organized varies depending on the grade of the card. To see how many of one card can be organized, please see this indicator here. Please check here to see how many of those cards can be organized. There are 2 ways to organize cards. The first is to select the card and tap the Use button. Well then, shall we level up the cards of the troops that we recruited just now? The plus and minus buttons here. This is the ability that this troop has. You can see the description of each status by tapping this button. If there is any icon or ability you wish to know about, here you can see that you have more cards than you need to level up. Tap the Level Up button to perform the level up. Silver coins can be gained from winning battles. Now, let's try leveling up a card. When you raise the level of troop cards, you also gain experience that increases your account level. Your account level is also raised to 2. Now that the account level has been raised, we can upgrade the workshop too. Tap the Workshop button below. In the workshop, you can upgrade various facilities in the kingdom. Once the level of the workshop is raised, you may raise the level of other facilities as well. After you raise the level of a facility, then you may raise the level of each function of the respective facility. Leveling up a facility requires materials and silver coins. The workshop has been leveled up. This allows us to raise the level of other facilities by 1 as well. Let's take a look at what facilities are available. The Spell Lab is a facility. Recruitment is a facility to recruit troops. The more you raise the level, the more variety of recruitment you can conduct. Leveling up of command raises the maximum level of the commander and the maximum deck level. Leveling up the castle raises the maximum level of castle walls and level of royal guards. Leveling up the commander raises the maximum level of each commander card. Leveling up the deck increases the maximum cost you can organize. Leveling up the castle gates and walls increases its HP. Leveling up the royal guards increases their attack damage and HP. The guild facility is not related to workshop level. Its level depends on your account level. In summary, leveling up the workshop is the key to strengthening our forces. We should upgrade it often. Next, we will learn how to produce spells in the Spell Lab. Tap the Spell Lab button below. Here you can produce spell cards. The variety of cards here is increased as you level up the Spell Lab in the workshop. Let's try producing a spell card. First, select the spell card to be produced. A spell card can only be produced a limited number of times. The number of times a spell card can be produced is indicated by these icons here. To produce spell cards, you need magical materials. These are rare items that can be obtained by winning a battle. Spell cards are very powerful. I am looking forward to the spell cards we will produce. That's all for the Spell Lab. Let's go back to the lobby by tapping. We have covered all the basics. We shall battle with various kingdoms to secure materials and strengthen our army. If you would like to practice battle, you may try an AI battle. There are 3 levels of AI battles: beginner, intermediate, and expert. Rewards for clearing each difficulty level of AI battles can be seen here. In addition, there are limits to how many times you can receive the rewards. However, you can always battle an AI to try out your tactics. Use it as much as you want to practice. Now, we are ready for battle. Let's go to battle for glory and for the kingdom. Considering the supply, one battle can only last for 5 days. The enemy's morale has decreased. Our morale has decreased. Our morale has decreased. Our morale has decreased. The second day is coming. All soldiers' morale will decrease due to exhaustion. The enemy's morale has decreased. It seems that our morale will suffer more than the enemy. Our morale has decreased. Our morale has decreased. The enemy's morale has decreased. Our 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 morale is too low to continue the battle. Fall back.